Yes, I have on my pajamas. Yes, because in the dirty South, that's what they do. They wear pajamas outside. And yes, I'm in my driveway. Yes, yes, yes. That's what they do. They wear this to the store, but I don't do that. You know, I'm a Detroit raised, New York raised girl. I don't wear pajamas to the store, but I do wear them in the driveway, and I'm doing for this show. Welcome to the Amber Shows 2016. Wow, we had a couple deaths in 2016 already. Actually, Natalie Cole passed away December 31st, but I'm carrying it on into the first of the year we lost her. She had years and years of drug abuse, which actually ended up destroying her kidneys and her health. And I'm really sad to see her go. And she had 30 years sobriety. And I'll always remember all of her songs and always loved all of her songs. And I hope she's resting in peace. Also, David Bowie died yesterday. Man, Young American was my jam in high school. That was my jam. Young American. Y'all youngsters don't know about that, but look it up and you'll enjoy it too. Iman still married to David Bowie. He always called her a flavor of Sophia. He called her a smoky flavor of Sophia Loren and Katharine Hepburn. So I guess that was like sexiness and classiness all wrapped up in one. They've been married since the 90s. They had a daughter, Lexi, who's a model. She's beautiful. And my prayers go out to his family, Iman the model, and his daughter Lexi, and the rest of the world, because losing David Bowie is really a sad thing, because his music is legendary and will continue to live on and on. And he was young. He was 69 when he passed away from a lengthy battle of cancer for the last 18 months. El Chapo was caught. Now look, y'all know I like me some El Chapo. I know they're going around saying, okay, he's responsible for 1,000 deaths and all that, but people liked Al Capone. People liked Bonnie and Clyde, so I can't like El Chapo. You do stories, and they always take all the gangsters, as long as they ain't black, and make them heroic in some way. Where you look up to them, they were flashy, they had style, whatever. So El Chapo, sometimes we root for the underdog, and so El Chapo was, somebody that I kept saying, I hope he got away. But they caught him, and he's back in jail. Now, if they extradite him to the United States of America, he's in trouble. Ain't no more tunnels going to be built for him. He won't be able to get out no matter how much money he has. Playboy Mansion. Now, look, Hugh Hefner's house is up for sale. He wants like $300 million, but that's not going to happen. The grounds actually is what makes his property worth so much money, because if somebody bought the house, they would probably eventually just tear it down. It's very old. Kendra Wilkinson has talked about it in the past, and a couple of the other bunnies. Holly Madison talked about it in her book, that it's just old. Back in the day, it was great in the 60s and 70s, I guess, and it was fabulous. That's where everybody went. But now it's just the old mansion. He's old. He's in his 90s now. And when the house is sold, there's a perk. Well, not a perk. There's in the contract, they're saying that Hef gets to stay, and until he passes away, then you would take over the property. So that's what's going on with that. Scott Disick, if anybody follows the Kardashians, he supposedly is going out with some model or whatever. But you know what? Scott is better off without Kourtney Kardashian, in my opinion, because Kourtney always busts him around. She's like somebody's mother, but she needs to be the mother of those 3 kids. That's her. She insisted on just having baby after baby after baby, while her sisters made the best of what they had going for them, and profited from it and turned it into an amazing brand. She wanted to just have babies by somebody that ain't even marrying her. You have all these babies, he ain't even thinking about marrying you. He still ain't talked about marrying you at all. So that's crazy. And then every time they're around each other, he always gets high. And it seems to me he gets high because he's unhappy. So he seems like he's been doing better when he's not with her. I think of the stress and just being around with his kids, because they just put all this on him, and then that made him get high. He was drowning in his sorrows, and that's what usually happens when people use drugs. They drown in their sorrows. So Scott Disick, in my opinion, will probably do a lot better. He's bought a new house. It's close to where the Kardashians live and where Kourtney lives, so I guess his kids can visit. And I think that he should move on with his life. Powerball, nobody won on Saturday, but now it's $1 billion. Get in it to win it for Wednesday. Get in the Powerball. If you don't do nothing else, play the Powerball. You have to be in it to win it. You know, Wendy Williams, sometimes she makes the dumbest statements, in my opinion. You know, sometimes I can't stand Wendy because, you know, a lot of times she talks about things, she's just talking about them. And she sounds stupid. Today she says, well, she won't play the Powerball because, you know, she feels like she hit the lottery when she got her talk show. You ain't getting $1 billion, dummy. She always says stuff that, to me, you know, don't make no sense. One time she said Michael Jackson's son, the littlest one, Blanket, you'll never find a picture of him smiling. I went straight to Google and found a picture of him smiling. Sometimes Wendy gets on my nerves with stuff that she says. You know, okay, so Sabrina Martin, Trayvon Martin's mom, has decided to endorse Hillary Clinton. And she says she's endorsing her because, you know, regarding the gun control. My opinion on gun control, you know, assault weapons should be taken out the picture because you don't need assault a weapon to hunt. Because if you just would blow the bear up or the lion up or the tiger up or whatever you're hunting, the deer or the rabbit, whatever you're hunting. So you just need, you know, hunting guns and hunting rifles. I do believe in having a pistol on you legally. I do believe that you should have a mental test to make sure that you're mentally stable to carry a gun. But I think if more people had guns in their houses and on their hip when they go out, it'd be a lot of people, a lot of people would be like thinking about it before they decide to rob you. And the same with the schools. They're saying, well, in the schools, how's the teacher's going to get to the gun? Well, maybe if the person is shooting when they first come in, some of the classrooms, the teachers are able to get to the locked gun, sweep all their students in a closet or something, and be ready packing when the gunman comes in. I know my mother used to always say, I'd rather get caught with it than without it. So that's my opinion.